Right, gosh, I am been playing with the pick a label punch and a lovely label pick a punch in it. Such a long name. Anyway, this one, and trying to make it easier. I was doing a Zoom with a couple of customers, or 3 in fact, that had this, and one of them was having difficulty with it, so I thought I'd work out a way that would make it easier for her to use, and so I was working out, I was using an idea, I'd seen the idea, somebody else do it, so I didn't invent it, so I was going to make her some tools as part of a customer thank you for her, so I was just sort of trying it out, so get nice even border all round was kind of what I wanted, and to sort of try and be perfect every time. So I thought that I'd pop on and show you all it. So that's why I'm here. It's maybe not a great time. Don't even know what the time is. Shall I just have a little look see? So it's 10 to 4. So I know lots of people are now working, aren't they? So it's maybe not the best time, but I thought I'd pop on anyway, and you can always catch replay, and I will actually end up putting it on the Book of Face. No, this is the Book of Face, the Tube of You. So yeah, so I just thought I'm going to grab, whilst I'm here, this is going live soon, so we are on the 28th, so a week today this goes, so I'm getting them ready for the post, to post out. So if you want one, let me know and I'll put one in the post for you. So I'm just labelling them up right now, and you've got less than a week left for bonus days, so if you spend £45 before P&P, you'll get a £4.50 voucher to spend from the moment that goes live to the end of August. Who have I got? Oh, hi. So I've got hi Julie. So yeah, so that's sort of like the business really. So now let's get down to what I'm here for. So this is I've been practicing sort of moving my camera from being on my face to down on my desk. So let's see how well we do. So you don't feel sick, because it does involve spinning it round. I'm going to cover the camera. Okay, so it will go a little bit sort of red. All right. So I think we're on there right now. I can see us. Yeah, so we're on there. I've got a little bit of glare. Let's move that bit. So we're going to use this punch, and we're going to make. I'll show you how to sort of make the labels, so you get this nice sort of even sort of pattern with it. So what I've done is, oh, that one's a little bit longer, so I've got some little window sheets here. It's hard to see on camera, so so any sort of acetate, I've used Stampin' Up window sheets. So I've got a 1 inch wide one, a 3/4 inch and a 1/2 inch. That's a little bit long. I'm cutting them down to about 3 inches, just so that they're handy. Is that at 3 inches? So that's about 3.5. So I'll cut this one. So I'm making this for a customer as a thank you, because she was struggling a little bit with it. So, and I've got 3 strips of bright card. It's not a Stampin' Up colour card, and it's quite deliberate, so you'll always see it no matter what colour you're going to use. And what I'm doing is taking the 1 inch and putting it in the punch. It's quite thin, much thinner than, and poking it out, and then I'm putting it in the other one, so that we're going to end up with 2 ends of that 1 inch wide, and I'm going to stick it on either end of this bit of acetate, so that you've always got so you've got like a pattern. So I've seen people use this and say, I'll take the bit that you've punched out and you just like hold it against your stamped sentiment and then draw a line. Well, this way's permanent and much easier. So didn't actually punch that very well central, but never mind, this will work. Actually it won't, I'm going to do that one again. This one's alright, but thinking out loud, so you want to make sure you're right at the end of the piece of acetate and you put it on. I'm going to do that one again because I just realised it wasn't quite straight, and as you can see, not quite straight, so I'm going to punch that again. Sometimes you get a bit of wiggling at the end, so always make sure I look down and that it's sort of even on the sort of shoulders. Still isn't. Do you know, don't work with animals, children on Facebook Live. Right, hold that, make sure it don't wiggle, and you're managing to wiggle a little bit. That's better. That's the better one. Then we'll put it on the other end. I'll do these two whilst we're at it. So one from one end, one from the other end. So this little strip will make quite a few of them. So I might make one for all my customers who have got this punch. If you haven't got this punch, it's not really a lot of use, is it? It's a great punch, and once you've done this, I know that the customer I'm making this for, she was like, oh, can't do it, don't want to use this punch anymore, but I think after doing this, should be sorted. So get them out of the way. Well, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Get that out of the way. So we are sticking these either end of this bit of acetate, and then I'll do some stamping on some strips and show you how amazingly wonderful this will be. Transform your life. Well, it won't transform your life, but it will probably be less frustrating using this punch. Less hit and miss is what you'll get with it. So they stick on quite nicely. So you've got a bit of acetate there, and you've got one end at one end, one at the other end. And then do the same. So I had originally, when I made this, was going to make 6, and then I sort of thought, oh, actually only need 3, and put one on each end, because you only actually need one end for your sort of measuring bit. So the 1/2 inch is a bit fiddlier, got a bit of wiggle with the Tombow and the acetate. So you may remember my other acetate sheets that I used for my long arm. So I've now got 2. Work a dream. And you could actually, no, you couldn't. I was going to say something then, and you can't. I was going to say you could actually use this as an arm, which you could, but you might get a bit, it might get a bit fiddly. So it's not a lot of winter sheet. So worth it. So it's really important to get it right at the end. I'm making this look fiddlier than it is, probably because my nails are too long. I haven't had them done for ages, and she did them, and they are slightly too long. So when I go back, I'll make sure they're shorter. So we've got 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch and 1 inch. There we go. If I was on doing a YouTube video, I'd have made this all sort of quick and time lapse. Can't do that live, obviously. Right. There we go. Just back from being away, so I did a planning day yesterday and I've filmed this morning. I'm a bit rusty. So there we have it. So you can probably see those on my stamp mat. So we've got, that's the sort of fancier side, and this is the flatter side. Now let me show you how we're going to use these and how this is going to revolutionise your life. So I'm going to get some strips. I've already used that strip, so that's a 1/2 inch strip. That's 3/4 inch strip, and then here's my inch. There's an inch. Okay, and I'm going to do it with this first. So I'm using, this is the Four Seasons Floral, and it's got 3 sentiments in there, and they just so happen that they sort of fit nicely inside these sort of 3 sizes, so that's quite perfect really, although I did do that one in the 1/2 inch. So I'm going to do Night of Navy because so it can show up. So what you can do is you can sort of, for stamping your first one, you can put it above and you can sort of see there where it's going to come off. So you can have a look-see and see where you want your For You to be. Like so. Just go get my chamois to clean that. Realising I've not done this on a stamp mat. As I went to get my chamois, my little stamp mat was there. So that's the For You. And I might actually just cut that end off there, because I quite like the thank you at that. No, we'll do the thank you in the bigger one. We will. Stick with the plan, Jez, stick with the plan. So I might do this one with at different ends so I can see where it needs to come in above. Got a bit of a visual there. So that bit's going to get cut off there. So I'll stick that on there, and then we'll get the 1 inch one, do the happy birthday. Let's make the happy birthday a bit fancier. So we'll link that up. And put that there. Don't think I've inked this happy birthday. Isn't it pretty? I like it. Right, so that's the ink done with. And then bring in our punch. So we're going to do the For You first. So I think I did that with the flat one. So I'm going to insert this. It's a nice long piece, so I don't have to worry about my handle. Just inserting it up there, and then punch. And now I need to see how far that side I want to go. So this is where my little acetate comes in. So now I can put it along and I can judge where it will be in the middle to match up with the space I've got there. And because it's a window sheet, I can just take a pair of scissors and I can fill the window sheet, I can cut it up, and now I do need my arm because now it's too small to put back in. So I'll get out my 1/2 inch, little bit of, seen me use these before, and I've put some repositional glue on the other end. What it does, I put Tombow on it, and when it's dry it's repositionable. So now that I've got a handle, I can go back up there, punch, and then that has punched it exactly where I wanted it to go. So we've now got perfectly aligned, and I'll do the same thing with the others, and then we're going to put the things around. So this was Happy Birthday, so this was on the fancier side, wasn't it? I wanted this one, so put that up there. I keep locking it, so that's beautiful. Then I'm going to take this, and then looking at the other side, I want it about there, no, a little bit further, I want it about there, that'd be lovely. Cut it up. Let's get my 1 inch arm because it's now too small. So there's my 1 inch arm. Got another little spare bit of acetate for sticking them on. So put that on my arm there. On the other side where the sticky is, Jess. That'll help. So put that on there. And then go in there, pull it out. It now doesn't want to come out, there we go. Pull it out, and then that's done in the right place. So then we just need the thank you. When I did the thank you before, I did it on the smaller one, so doing this one on the flatter one. And again, so I'll put that in there. And again, get me arm, so I need the 3/4 inch arm for this one. And you can see takes all the guesswork, no maths. And there we've got our sentiments in there quite nicely. So now we need to make the mats, and you can use it to help you make the mats as well. So let me move these bits out the way. So now we need some Night of Navy, and would you Adam and Eve it? Probably. I haven't brought any Night of Navy card with me. Let me just get some. It's not far. Right, so got a bit of Night of Navy, and some people struggle with cutting quarters, halves and whatever. So this, I'll cut it to 5 inches to make life. I'll cut it to 5.5. Make life easy. So so that's 5.5. So to cut a 1/2 inch strip, I've just got to move it to 5, and then that'll be a 1/2 inch strip there. Not that I need 1/2 inch strip. And then if we go to 4 1/4, that's going to give me a 3/4 inch strip. And if I go to 3 1/4, I have a 1 inch strip. And that's a really quick and easy way of getting, hi Sharon, that's a really quick and easy way of getting your strips. So we've got 3/4 inch thank you there, so I want the 1 inch to go round it. Gonna change it to the fancy end rather than do the flat end, so I'm going to stick that up there. So that's going to layer in there. So now I can take that, with that layered in there, I can see where to stick this to give me the same distance. So I want it there, so I can now just take my scissors and cut that up. Take my 1 inch arm, stick it on there, and then I can put it back up, and that should give me perfectly matted sentiment. So now that will sit in there quite nicely. Just get a bit of Tombow. This is Tombow, I just decant it into these little bottles. It stops me adding too much, and it works really well for fine tip, you know, if you're doing, you've got some fine dyes. So we've got a little bit of wiggly time. And there we have it. And what would be really nice was a little dot. A little white dot there and there would look lovely. So you've got like a nice sort of book plate. We have this one, so this one needs to have the 3/4 around it. So I do exact same thing. Put that in there. Got the for you there. Put my little thing over it, not that size, that size, and decide where we want it in a little bit. Perfect. I had done some sort of maths and I'd worked out it needs to be this far from there and that far from there, and this just works a treat. And then we just stick it on my arm, make sure it's straight on there. You can feel when it's straight because it's acetate, and then we'll just put that down. And then that will give you, again, nice little mat round there. So hopefully, I can't see her watching, but hopefully my customer who was having a bit of bother will find this useful, and maybe you will too. So I say it was not my idea. I did see somebody else do it, and I've seen quite a few people do it where they've used these to sort of measure and then draw with a pencil, but I thought this saves that sort of faff, and you've got to use it over and over and over again. Now this one, because it's 1 inch wide, you've got nothing to sort of mat it onto. Could mat it onto some of your punches, but I saw somebody do this and it kind of blew me away. So yeah, we will use this one. I'm going to do it with the flat side. I might lose this fat side a little bit. Just manage it without. And then just have that behind. And I thought that layered it quite nicely. Thought that was pretty cool. Never thought of doing that. Layering one behind it, slightly smaller. But I thought, oh, that's nice. I could have done it with the other shape, but I didn't. Pick it up so I can see what I'm doing. And it sort of fits in between them sort of pointy bits on the shoulder. Down that way a little tad. And there we have it. So that's my little tips to get that sort of done really well. Quite like that. I think it works. I will certainly be using these quite a bit. If you find it useful, let me know. But that is my little tips on using that. So I'll say goodbye now, and I'll come back again for another little live probably next week, and see what other little tips and tricks I can find out before then. Alright, thanks for joining me, and don't forget, if you want a catalogue, let me know. And the bonus day is coming to an end soon. So thanks for joining me. See you all again soon. Bye.